Well, good evening and welcome to the special Island Stat Sports Talk. I'm your host, Earl Beerston. Joining me, none other than Gavin Manders. Gavin is in Jamaica, where he and Benjamin Jones won the Jamaican Open men's doubles pickleball tournament. The pickleball segment, the men's doubles segment of the pickleball. Gavin, let's first talk about obviously getting to the semifinal of the singles, which kind of set up such a remarkable weekend. I know you played mixed doubles as well, but let's talk a little bit about the singles going through the stages.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of pickleball played, a lot of high level. Um, it was 100 degrees on championship day, and yeah, so quarterfinals of mixed. Played with someone that obviously didn't know her coming into the event. Someone that plays at the facility, but there's a couple international players, and everyone else was playing with either an international person or someone that they play with all the time. So that was a bit tricky, but still something for me. I always like to get more reps in, so that was a good little start. But the singles definitely one of the highlights. I mean, it was tough competition all around. I ended up playing a guy who's 11-time Canadian champion, a pro, sponsored by Eula. He won two of the three events. Was going for the Triple Crown in the doubles. So tough match, grueling. Got it to 9-all. Was pretty tight, but I think he just plays a bit more than me. Obviously, he does it for a living, whereas obviously I do it with many hats and many different capacities. So hats off to him for just being able to play at such a high level throughout the whole match, and it definitely took its toll. Because after playing, all the events on Saturday and going into championship Sunday, I think I was on match 12 or something like that, and it's all a part of it. But it was a good experience. So I went down to him in the semi, and then played the doubles semi-final, which was followed by, and that was another tight one. We were down 14-10. We really need to dig in in that 16-14 against two guys that played for Florida Gators college team. One of them also made the U.S. World Cup team, quite a high caliber. And yeah, things were really good, but I had to make one of those decisions, and you would know this better than probably anyone to ever pack anything in. I've played through torn biceps, torn pecs, and I was supposed to go out and play a best 2 for the bronze medal for the singles. And I figured if I played that match, I would have no way of having anything left for the doubles final. So I had to put the ego aside, put the team country first, and take a rest and forfeit that match to play for the doubles.
Yeah, having a youngster like Benjamin Jones that you've worked with first in tennis, now in pickleball as a teammate, you would understand him and he would understand you. How does that pair work? In these challenging times.
Well, it made the difference. I mean, we were down 13-11 in the quarters against a guy who coaches and trains with pros full time. We were down 14-10, and because of our relationship, I coached him in tennis since he was 8 years old. We've really, our relationship has continued to evolve, and I think that closeness and that length of time that we've spent together, we've traveled all around, and like I said, evolved through different stages, makes a massive difference in the pressure moments, because there's no wondering of what's going on. No communication or language that is taken in the wrong way. It's all, we know we're there to get better together, and we're trying to compete. And he does a phenomenal job of letting me lead, but now he does a phenomenal job of sometimes taking a step up if I'm exhausted, because obviously I played 3 events here and he played 1. Times that's needed for him to step up, I let him know, look, I'm going to need you for 10 minutes. I'm going to have to catch myself a bit. Obviously, still, move and do my thing, but just not at the capacity that I normally would. And he does well in taking it all, and we work very well together.
Catching on to pickleball as quickly as some have in Bermuda, what do you attribute that to?
A lot of passionate people, a very strong association with people that are dedicated to the sport, the inclusivity of it, and then the addition of myself coming in and bringing that understanding of the competitive structure, and then you add government getting on board, getting on board because how organized the association is, and what we've been able to do with results because we are getting ahead of the curve in the region. I think you put all of that together. It's a collective effort. It's not one person. It's not two people. It's all of us that do a great job in their roles of understanding what it takes and the time and energy it takes to create something special, and also make everyone feel a part of it so that they also help with it as well.
Yeah. So you've won this doubles. You've made it to the semifinals in the singles. What's next competition wise? Because I want to get to what you're doing down there, but I want to stay on competition right now.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we won the finals. That was a really tight one. Guy's a 5'8" pro against another guy who's one of the organizers. Big crowd, a lot of energy. But really, for us, this is the next step for our regional dominance and getting us ready for World Cup. So I come back. The team's already been selected. We'll get to training for the next. I think it's roughly exhausted, so I can't remember how long, 5 or 6 weeks before we will play in the World Cup in Fort Lauderdale. And then the next after that's the end of October. And then we look to host Caribbean Championships in March next year.
Yeah. And you're staying in Jamaica to kind of help grow the sport itself. I'm pretty sure it's already started to grow, but it helps your ability to coach a different mindset of sport, I guess, from a different country. Is that kind of what you're
impact to scale at this point is my mission and my goal and my vision, and coming and doing it in different places. I think for us in the region, we're going to need to work together. We're going to need them just as much as they need us right now. We're going to need them in the future. And if I can come down here and share my passion, get into the school. I just finished a clinic with the organizers for a high school here, and kind of showing them some of the things that we do. Obviously, they have a massive grassroots community, so if we can get to that and help them, the region being strong helps us, helps us as well, because as competition rises, just like we talk about it, as the pie gets bigger, everyone gets a bigger slice, right? So I think the main thing is, and we see it in other sports, we're splintered off, and I think if we show that, even though we've got ahead a little bit from competitive structure and level maybe at the top areas, and our ability to get into the schools and have an association be and getting grants from government, that if we can share that knowledge, that when they finally catch up, because they just, I mean, like people here, when they really catch up, that they'll also help us, and they'll continue to help us with our momentum. And I think it's a win-win-win. So for me, it's really just sharing, understanding how to help grow the sport globally, which only helps Bermuda. And if Bermuda can be a part of that push, is only going to keep make our foothold and who we are on the global stage even bigger. Helps us continue to grow as well.
When we look at what was it last year, a tournament in Cayman Islands, Bermuda come out on top. The sport has grown, and the awareness of the sport has grown. Do you think that was like a fire starter there, and you're now progressing and getting more and more people playing the sport?
I think it was already a lot of people playing. Is there a little bit more? Maybe. I don't think that was the fire starter. I would say that was the fire starter for the understanding that we are, you know, one of the best in the region, and from a high performance perspective, this sport is a real deal. I think before it was looked at as just old or social, and I think the fire starter for Caribbean Championships was within the high performance and government and associations, and obviously World Cup and what we did last year. From a high performance perspective, it definitely has lit some fires and changed a little bit of stuff. And me coming down and doing things in Jamaica and showing the level and really showing what it's all about is continues that momentum. And I think it all helps and comes within each other. But the sport was rapidly growing already. I think the competitive structure has now evolved, and we are continuing to get better as an association. We've had 12 tournaments over the last, I think, 14 months or so. And yeah, I mean, if we can do well in the region, just like hosting Caribbean Championships next time, it only continues to help grow the sport in the region. If we all get better and we continue to do what we do, we can continue to get financial assistance to continue to build on our high performance and long-term athletic development plan. So I think, now going from inclusiveness to lifetime sport to high performance is kind of where those fires were started once we really started doing well in the region.
Yeah, for the World Cup, what's the expectation from your standpoint?
I mean, it's 64 teams this year, so I mean, it's going to be tricky. The level has risen all around. I mean, we beat Canada last time; they have a whole new team. Like everyone has evolved very fast, which is why I think it's important for us to really get our foot within the door and show what we're about, so that we don't fall off the map. From how well we should do, I mean, as always, we're trying to get out of the group stage. That's the start. It's going to be a lot more difficult this time than last time. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's tough for me to tell because we're getting better, but the bigger nations are, and I think getting out of the group stage is a good start. But from that perspective, this is the next performance indicator for our long-term athletic development plan, because now the World Cup is 64 teams instead of 32 teams. So we're really gonna see where we are, and then from there we go back to the drawing board and figure out what we're gonna do and what countries in the region we can partner with to really help each other continue to keep up on the global stage.
Over the next few weeks as you prepare for the World Cup, what is one of the things that you're going to be fully concentrating on as a team?
As a team, tactical awareness, and the understanding of how important the tactics and the strategy and the mental side is. The skill is great, but we're not going to build players in 5-6 weeks. But what we can do is get our players ready, simulate as much pressure as possible, so that they're just ready to go into the fire and compete. And then once they do that, again, it's just an indicator for us. At this point, all competitions is just go out, you do your best, you get ready as much as you can, and then you go back to the drawing board, you figure out your weaknesses, you do your SWOT analysis, and you look at it and you see how you can be better. So I think the next step is the tactical awareness for us. Sasha Fisher has been brought on as the national coach, eases my workload, phenomenal person, and understands the sport at a very high level. And I think for us, you can see at the higher levels that tactical side and the understanding is really what's going to make the difference.
Sure. What did this tournament in Jamaica teach you about yourself and the challenges you face with playing three different tournaments in one?
Well, first of all, it told me that I'm 39, but also within that, it showed me that 39 is just a number. Most of the people I'm playing is 21. I spend a lot of time on my health. You've known me for a long time. I'm very big into the health side and meditation and the taking care of my body. I think what it did was it inspired me to get a bit more out in training, because I do a lot of the grand processes and train, coaching others, and I'm always taking care of others. One thing I learned about myself within this is I still have the competitive fire to want to get better. um, I have no desire to be just a full-time pro, because for me is impact to scale. I love it here because the people love me as well. I've spent time with them now. They treat me like I'm at home. So I think what I learned the most is I'm on the right path. I learned that, I need to continue to be myself. I need to continue to also put myself first when it comes to training. But it's all works together basically. But at the higher level on this trip, really gave me the quick little uppercut on the chin that, all right, cool, you're good, you do well. Obviously you love to fight, but at the end of the day you're gonna have to get back up on your fitness. You need to take care of your body even more, and it's always about, for me, like finding out. I just know that I can be better. So I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed the losses, I enjoyed the wins just as much. I want to continue to get better, share my passion, and do what I love, and travel the world and continue to gain a broader perspective, and share it with as many people. And you know, trips like this is what really shows that, and brings it out. And me, man, I love to get in the mix. It was like 150 people watching. It doesn't get any better than that. So I just learned that I love this, and I want to keep doing it, and I want helping people as well with me.
All right. Well, Gavin, thank you very much for joining. Good luck for the remainder of the time you're down there. Showing the sport itself, and we look forward to when you get back and helping to prepare the team for the World Cup. Obviously, as we get closer to that, we'll have more chats and talk to other players as well. So hang in there.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Earl, I appreciate it. Always appreciate you, everything you do. I have some more training this week. I'm actually going to train with the Jamaican team, and I wouldn't say give them some help per se, but in essence, get some training myself, and also, show some tactical stuff that they can use, and also for myself, do some scouting and do what I do. So I appreciate
Okay.
it, and definitely look forward to chatting more. Maybe we can get the team on, or maybe I can get some footage from a training session. But we appreciate what you do, and we're going to continue on our vibe.
We'll definitely get the team on. That's a promise before you depart. All
All
right.
right, man.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, you too.
Okay.